Net neutrality is a cause that is near and dear to my heart. The idea that the internet should be free, that we should treat data equally, that we should all have access is important, but it seems to be undermined at every point. Now it looks like California Democrats are trying to underwrite a bill proposed by another California Democrat to protect net neutrality. Okay, where do I get started here? We are looking at a response to the federal response to net neutrality,
Right.
which is controlled by Trump's FCC, led by Ajit Pai, which seems to be firmly in the hand of lobbyists, of ISP corporations, of maximizing profit and not protecting consumers, which is the job of the FCC. But many states have tried to combat this by coming up with their own legislation in order to essentially protect the standards of net neutrality of Title II restrictions. State Senator Scott Wiener produced SB 822, which largely mirrors the 2015 rulings on net neutrality about treating data equally. And this is something that the ISPs are used to getting their way on, thanks to the way that the FCC has ruled. And it's insane to me because we're looking at something that has overwhelming bipartisan support. And by that I mean voters, not necessarily politicians. And we're seeing this happen again. So essentially SB 822 takes aim at zero rating, which is the practice of exempting an ISP's own content. So there is a more heavy-handed way of doing this, which is throttling content. But what they do, and this is kind of a backwards take on it, so instead of eliminating their competition by throttling them, they're promoting their own content by making it exempt from data caps, which, by the way, are also stupid and unnecessary and fully focused on maximizing profit as opposed to anything that makes logical sense regarding data. There was a response to this from a committee of California Democrats. Many open internet advocates have slammed this response, which would undo what we're seeing done here, which would closely mirror what the FCC has voted federally to do. And they found it to be really, how do I say this, transparently on the corporations.
Yeah, because
favoring the corporations.
Yeah, this is all about the corporations when it comes to throttling and also making different tiers for different levels of speed. Like, oh, you want to go here, but if you want to go higher, you got to pay more. And then I remember even reading that they were saying originally net neutrality harms the sick and impaired. Like,
it doesn't.
What? How? How? Where do they come up with all these asinine facts they try to use to justify why we shouldn't have it when everyone who's using the internet is using it for more purposes than what they believe? And you have these companies, these ISPs that want to say, oh, no, we're trying to help everybody. No, you're just trying to line your bank accounts with this. And the FCC at this rate is completely in bed with that to help them line. This is lobbyists and corporations against government, and the regular consumers are the pawns.
Exactly. I mean, when you say the argument of, oh, it hurts the poor, it doesn't make sense. It sounds very disingenuous, especially if you're the ones engaging in anti-competitive behavior.
Right.
You can't argue, oh no, we're helping the poor. You are absolutely not doing that. I mean, when you look at telecom lobbyists working against lower income funded broadband, as we've seen with the FCC, you're not helping people. You're only helping yourselves. And it's very clear to people who aren't being paid by you to do this, AKA a lot of politicians. Fight for the Future has been working against this. This is not a corporation, this is a group. I'm sorry, I've got corporations on the brain. This is a group that is fighting corporations that are looking to monopolize the internet and to make it a place where we can no longer exchange free ideas without any sort of limits on us as well. Please go to their website if you would like to help push your representatives to stop this.